4:25 with two kids ringing the doorbell and knocking on my door.
You're a whole lot messed up, huh?
No, I don't even know. I don't recognize the person at all. I don't recognize the kids. I don't recognize the girl.
So all these strange people are just knocking on your door, ringing your doorbells.
Yeah, well, that's on my Sentry footage. I kept it because I want to find out who this girl is. And but the dream, buddy, the dream was so vivid. I saw their faces. I saw everything. I was bouncing off of walls.
Oh, I know. I just can't wait for you to go on Monday.
What if it wasn't a dream? What if I was bouncing off of walls and they came in?
Maybe this is something you should tell that person when you're lying down on their couch, huh?
I'm lying on your couch.
You're going to be telling somebody something, I'll tell you that.
I'm telling you, my therapist.
Yes.
What if I wasn't dreaming?
What if you weren't? What if the sky was blue?
If I wasn't dreaming, buddy, then that means I'm right. My brain is going totally zzz.
Right. Random people just pressing your doorbell.
No, that's on video. That's not a dream.
Yes. And you don't know who this random person is?
Never seen them before in my life.
Yeah. And why were they ringing your doorbell?
I don't know. It doesn't have voice on my Sentry mode.
Did they tell you what time?
Yep. I got a time and a date and all that stuff.
So what's the time?
Oh, I don't know. I can't look at it now, buddy. I'm driving.
Okay.
I wasn't concerned with the time or anything. I was just like, it was during the day, or at least it was during the light hours. I don't know if it was early morning or afternoon or whatever, but it was bright out. But I'm wondering if this person needed help is what scares me. Two young kids in tow.
Yeah. How about the fact that you might need help?
Well, I already told you that. You're my therapist because of that.
Yeah.
Well, we're men.
Anti-social.
As men, we do stupid things. Remember that.
Yeah. Don't worry.
There's nothing wrong with you because you have the best therapist in the world. His name is Dad.
Yeah. Why don't you just chop vegetables like you're supposed to do?
Ooh. Is that a woman in the kitchen joke?
Yeah.
Ooh.
She's making pico de gallo. Pico de gallo is chopped up green pepper, chopped up onion, chopped up tomatoes, chopped up cucumbers, chopped up cilantro, and drizzled in lime or lemon.
No chopped up neighbors, I hope.
No.
Okay, good.
She's missing the heat.
You remember those women I told you about? That were eating?
Yes. Meat. Yes.
That was the first thing that came through my mind. They would have no problem having chopped up neighbor.
Really?
Well, look, if you saw them, you'd be like, these people look like cannibals. Tattoos and funny colored hair and all kinds of foolishness, and the way they were chomping. Did you hear? Ibrahim Traore, the guy who I recognized as being a revolutionary role model for the rest of the world. I knew that ages and ages ago. Now they're applauding him all around the world as being like the most visionary and greatest leader that any country could ever have.
And who's this?
Ibrahim Traore out of Burkina Faso.
Did you just make all those names up?
No, that's his name. That's the name of the country. Burkina Faso is next to Mali and Niger.
Okay.
And he has paid off the country's debt.
See, I got a hillbilly for a
There's
daughter.
Nigeria and there's Niger.
Yeah.
In trouble in elementary school for saying it the wrong way.
Well, yeah, because it's spelt with one G.
I know, but I said it that way.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, it's for somebody who's in elementary school, it would look the same.
For someone that's a hillbilly.
Yeah. Hey, I just did a video on hillbilly. Oh, geez, I was gonna post one today and I forgot. The one I'm gonna post, it refers to a couple of years ago when I predicted exactly what's going on today with Russia and Ukraine and everything. I predicted it.
Okay, Nostradamus.
No, wait. I actually even mentioned the countries by name.
Okay, I can tell you one thing right now, that this has been predicted, as you say, by many, many thousands of people for a very, very long time.
Not true.
Yes.
Talk to the experts. They'll tell you they never expected that the United States would go against a treaty that they signed after World War II to not bring NATO close to their border. And they started doing it, one country after the other after the other. People still didn't think that the United States would push it as far as Ukraine, and now they're starting to. And that's why this thing is... And you know what else I predicted in my video? And I referred to it in the video I'm sending out now, which I made weeks and weeks ago, is that United States, I didn't mention them by name until later in the video, that they were going to become nothing other than the police of the world because they produce nothing.
Yes.
That's why he's trying to bring manufacturing back to the United States, but nobody's going to be able to afford to buy anything made in the United States because it's going to be made with wages that are bigger than anywhere else in the world.
Yes.
So they're just going to end up putting themselves back into the position that I'd said they would be in, which is as nothing more than the bullies of the world. They're going to have, they're going to be the cops of the world.
If anybody wants the U.S. stuff, they will have to pay to get it.
If anybody wants what?
U.S. stuff.
Yeah, but nobody can afford to. Why would you pay? Let's say you wanted to buy a car from U.S.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna pay your import duties from your country,
Yeah.
and you can make it in your country at half the cost. Why would you buy it from them?
Because
Right?
he wants them to bring it into U.S.
No, I'm saying he can bring the manufacturing there, but
Yeah.
nobody outside of the U.S. is going to be able to buy it. So that means they cannot reduce their deficit. You can't reduce your deficit if
Yeah,
nobody's
he's
buying your
relying on
products.
The people of America. That's why he's doing.
What's that?
He's relying on the people of America to spend money.
Yeah, but how's that going to help them with their
I don't
deficit
know.
with the rest of the world? They're going to
So
have to
he's
just keep
doing-
paying.
Right. So he came out with another one. He just keeps coming out with these internal plans. So now the new one is, if you decide to get a car loan and you're paying your car loan, the interest can be written off with your taxes.
That was supposed to be a long time ago. That was supposed to be implemented.
Well, that's what he's doing now.
Interest is always supposed to be, because you're paying for a service, and that service should be deductible,
Yes.
right? And the service is a loan with interest. So I don't know why it wouldn't have been, but anyway, I know at one time it was. But that's not going to help them. Parvez, you got to understand. Here's the problem: they owe trillions and trillions of dollars outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
because of trade deficits.
Yeah.
They still are going to continue buying stuff from outside of
Yeah.
the United States because they can't afford to make everything.
May I have a dumpling?
You can't reduce the deficit unless you're selling outside.
Okay. All right, go on.
I think there's only one way that United States gets to lower its deficit. And that's if Elon makes enough capable robots that one robot can take the place of 3 humans, and 3 humans end up without a job, and about 12 humans die because of it, and they just use robot labor, because then they'll be able to produce stuff cheap enough that they can sell it outside the country and reduce their deficit.
But why can't they do that now with robotics as it is in factories?
Robots are too expensive, and there's not enough of them, and they're not capable enough to do all the jobs that we need done.
Yeah. All right, so let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Here's a question. If you had to pick stocks,
Yeah.
would you pick Amazon or Tesla?
Oh, Tesla.
Yeah.
Anytime. Because they have a potential of 10xing their production. When they put out those robots, they can sell millions of robots. Millions and millions.
But you still need money to buy them, right?
People need money to buy them.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Which they have
where
lots of money.
Where let's say Amazon, for example, you could spend $5 or $50 or $500, doesn't matter. But they are now getting into drones, where they're thinking of, this was a while ago, but they're
Yeah, a long time ago. Delivery
yeah,
drones.
Yeah, delivery drones, right? That's one. Two, no matter recession or not, a company that can be well utilized, because you can just order whatever you need, boom, it comes to you. And they're getting into AI big time. They're doing their own chips now.
So
they're going to compete with AMD and NVIDIA and everything.
here's why I wouldn't go with Amazon. Okay? Amazon has not been growing lately. Okay? They've got 4 other companies out there as competition now that are taking little bits and pieces out of their pie. That means they're going to shrink. Okay? There's a lot of people.
Who is in competition with Amazon?
All of the Temu and all these other.
Nah.
No, believe me, they are all in competition. Whether they're taking a small piece or not, it still reduces the percentage that Amazon is going to retain. But they're not growing, is what I'm saying. Okay? So yes, you can reduce your costs by bringing out these drones for delivery. That doesn't make you make any more money. It just means you spend less money.
There's hardly any fizz.
Yeah.
That's all.
And you don't want fizz. You know why you don't want fizz?
Because Clyde said so.
No, because carbonation speeds up infections and stuff moving around in your body. So if there's bad bacteria and you have carbonated drinks, you're accelerating its effects in your body.
All right, negative Nancy.
Well, sorry. Why do you think I don't drink pop? A lot of crazy people out there, eh?
Yes.
That one you sent me, I was laughing my guts out. The people that are on that are basically going along with this stupidity, you can see their...
Which one?
The one you sent me of all the people being caught now and the ones who are now giving interviews as to why they did what they did, and ones that are caught on video, you know.
Oh. Yes.
Anybody who associates with those people is making themselves look...
Politically, you can't say that word anymore. You might offend somebody.
That's why I'm saying it.
Yes.
Because they need to be offended. Those people were
Read that.
retarded is a decent word in the dictionary. It can be used, but retarded can be used to describe many things, like timing in a car. If it's retarded, that just means it's going the opposite way. Somebody has set the timing instead of +3 to -3. It's retarded.
Yes.
So it's not a bad word. It's just people need something to...
And then I would just take your portion.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. I'll be there before you eat my portion. Oh my, because there's a little bit of rain, I can't go over 105.
Nope. Who said that, by the way?
The car.
The police? Well, you did say it's smarter than you.
Yeah, that's true. If I didn't have my niece back in from deployment, I would be out working.
Right. So let me ask you, what do you do now?
I told you, my niece is in from deployment.
You see that?
Well, I'm going to tell you, yes, and I would do it again. This is my niece. She's coming in from deployment. She's out there in the military. Anything
That's
could
great.
happen to her any day. No,
Thank you for her service, yes.
if
yes,
she's
thank you
in,
for her service.
if she's in, I go to see her.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
you get to work.
no. Oh my.
3.
My car just did something nasty.
Yeah.
Parvez,
4. What do you want?
my car was being mean.
What,
A
the
truck,
body racing
the
for?
truck had his signal on to go into the middle lane, and I was in the left lane. And look, and now my car wants to go back into the left lane.
Yes, because it's shamed.
But it just cut that guy off from getting into the middle lane.
Yes.
And then it says, oh, I think I'll go back to the left lane.
Yeah.
Hello?
Because supposedly it's smarter than me.
Yeah, it's not that smart because I'm going to beat it.
No, you won't. You baby that thing.
I'm going to give it a beating.
You baby that thing. Oh, Tesla. Oh, Tesla St. James.
SS St. James. Get her name right.
Yeah. Where you got that one
From Cheryl Shepard and Cheryl St. James.
from? Yes. All right, mister. You have a wonderful day.
All right. What's that?
Where are you going now?
I'm on the 401, heading to Scarborough. Remember what?
When you hear the gunshots, remember, practice ducking.
Scarborough's not that bad.
No, you have a Tesla.
Oh, yeah, yes. You are absolutely right. But you know what? I don't think there's as many crazies out here in Canada, so the chances of me running into one of those crazies is much slimmer.
Yeah, if you go to Las Vegas, it's a different story.
Yeah. Oh, the traffic looks terrible here.
Well, it is, what time? Probably 4? What time is it?
3.
All right, what time will you get there? Another hour?
No, I'll be there in about 30 minutes.
All right, have fun, and when you're done, we'll check.
All right, have a good one.
Good day. Say bye, Uncle Clyde.
Good day. Bye, everyone. Bye. Love you.
Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao. Okay, now that all that was edited out, it has been an absolute, pretty well flawless, other than first world problem type scenarios. Like pulling into the middle lane against a car trying to get from the right lane to the middle lane. Even with his signal on, we still went and merged into the middle lane, which blocked him and he had to go straight. First world problems. I mean, it was no big deal. One of us had to get the middle lane. What else was there? Oh, after blocking the poor guy, that little shift, it made a shift. It wanted to go back into the left lane. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. We're 1 kilometer away from our exit. You're not going to show that guy that we are a-holes. So I used the signal stock to stop it from going into the left lane again. I am on hurry mode, so it has full reign to do those kind of things. But sorry, folks, I'm just going to tell you, man, it's doing so well. It's almost mind-blowing already. There's a update that just came to me. 56 minutes to install. I'm like, wow, that's a big update. It says minor fixes. Seems a little bit more than minor, if I had to guess. And here I want to mention something. In lieu of these people who are damaging Teslas in their way of protest, I wonder if they would be okay with all of us Tesla owners protesting back by lighting their vehicles on fire and smashing their vehicles and shooting holes in their windows and shooting at their homes wherever their vehicles are parked, because we protest them driving anything but a Tesla, or we protest them for driving a gas vehicle. Would that be okay? Because I hear some of them saying that it's an acceptable form of protest, damaging people's property. And even when they see things like that handicapped woman's Tesla being vandalized, you think it's okay? Then it would be okay for it to be returned right to you. So what if we got a couple of billionaires who started funding organizations that went around blowing up, lighting on fire all gas-powered vehicles? Would that be okay with you guys? Like, you guys cannot have your cake and eat it too. If it's okay for you to do that to our vehicles, it's okay for us to do it to yours. And if you don't agree,